Superman 1 isn't even here yet, but we're already talking about what might be part of Superman 2. Enter the one and only Brainiac, who is one of the most recognizable villains that Superman has fought. Well, according to a brand new report, Brainiac will be the main villain of Superman Part 2, or Superman 2, or whatever they end up calling it. So Brainiac, you guys probably know who he is, what he's all about. In case you don't, let me give you a quick history lesson, I guess, on Brainiac. Brainiac, who first made his appearance in Action Comics 242 in July of 1958, has become one of Superman's greatest foes. This is due to the fact that he's been reinvented multiple times and become a much bigger deal and a threat to Superman than he ever was in those early days. And in those early days, Brainiac was depicted either as a super intelligent human, android, and or a cyborg. But later on, the story would get reshaped and retold in a way that made him even more powerful and a bigger threat and a personal connection to Clark Kent, aka Superman, where it was ultimately revealed that he is a super intelligent android from the planet Colu, and he was also directly responsible for the destruction of Krypton, and also has imprisoned many different cultures and civilizations within bottles and shrinking them down to personally add to his collection. Think of him sort of like DC's version of the Borg from Star Trek. But Brainiac is not only limited to comic books, as the character has had a huge impact on animated projects, most notably Superman the Animated Series in the 1990s. He's of course been featured in video games, and the most notable of those being the Injustice series from NetherRealm, the creators of Mortal Kombat. And for decades, there were rumors about adapting him into a film live-action version that never materialized, but he has appeared in Superman TV series throughout the years, from Smallville to Krypton, and other incarnations and hints that he exists in the bigger universe. Whether or not he shows up, that was up to the showrunners or the people in charge, who may or may not have had any interest in bringing him in ultimately. His most notable power that seems to have no limit is his 12th level intelligence, which allows him to more or less calculate the outcome of any situation, sometimes in less than a microsecond of time that goes by. He's super intelligent, super powerful, and one of Superman's greatest foes that to this day is constantly featured on top 10 lists of all time. Okay, now with all that said, I should mention that initially there were plans and rumors that Man of Steel 2 was set to feature Brainiac in live action, but those plans were scrapped, and apparently James Gunn is taking some of those ideas. And here's the truth about that, he's not, because then they would have to credit Zack Snyder and the people that worked on those films, so they're not going to use any of those ideas that might have been set in motion. Now, whether or not Brainiac is the villain to Superman 2, that's obviously still way too early to talk about, as we don't even have Superman 1 in front of us, or James Gunn's Superman, simply. But since we are going to be in a world where superheroes exist and they're all over the place, and well, we're going to be going through Superman's story and then eventually get to Kara's story with her Supergirl film, it would make sense that if maybe both characters are sort of interconnected in a sequel where they do fight Brainiac, because it's a more personal story for both of them since he led to the destruction of their home. So in due time, I suppose we'll find out. I don't personally think there's much to this rumor outside of just speculation, but who knows? I could be wrong, and maybe I am. Well, everybody, thank you for watching that video, and as always, you can like, subscribe, share, do whatever you will. Check out the recommended video that's popped up somewhere on the screen, and also if you would like additional content, including more discussions and more unfiltered content, check out what we offer to the members section, which has new videos going up all the time.